Good morning, dear students. Let us start today's class with a small prayer. Lord Jesus, we surrender all healthcare professionals into your heart. Bless us to provide healing hands and smiling face towards the sick and suffering. Lord, bless those who are afflicted with various diseases and accidents around the world. Mother Mary, intercede for us. Amen. Ave Maria. Okay, in the last class, we studied about the assessment of nursing process. Now, second step is diagnosis, nursing diagnosis. So, it is the second stage of nursing process. And here, a good nurse use critical thinking skills so that the data which she gathered during the assessment that is converted as patient strength and patient problems. Okay, from that, she will diagnose and understand what is the real problem or what should I do for this particular patient. So, second, nursing diagnosis is the second stage where analysis is converted to a diagnostic term based upon which the planning of nursing care comes. So, it is one of the most important aspect. So, what is definition? Okay, according to Nanda, a nursing diagnosis is a clinical judgment. It is a clinical judgment about whom? About individual, family, or community. Sometimes patient may be there, or if you go to the hospital, family can be the patient, or the whole community can be the patient. Communities what? Response to actual and potential health problems or life process. So it is a clinical judgment about the response of individual, family and community regarding actual and potential health problems or life process. Growth and development delay. It is a change in the life process. Normal delivery. Yeah, it is a support which we are giving through the life process. It is not a health problem, but it is a support we are giving for the life process. Nursing diagnosis provides the base for selection of nursing interventions to achieve the outcome for which the nurse is accountable. Yes, the nursing diagnosis provides the steps based upon that the outcomes are formed. So, according to Nanda, it is a clinical judgment about the individual, family, and community response to actual and potential health problems or life process. It provides the base for selection of nursing interventions to achieve the goal of a nursing care. Let us see what are the characters of a nursing diagnosis. Yes, it is a statement which tells about in clear and concise manner regarding the health problems. Health problem, the patient is not able to breathe well, patient is not able to sleep due to breathing problem. Everything is just concise, ineffective breathing or breathing pattern or what is that, inefficient. Okay, though if it is due to the secretion, okay, airway clearance, ineffective airway clearance. So clearly it says what is the problem of a patient. Second, it derived from existing evidence about the client. Yes, we have identified the patient is not able to sit, not able to lie down. Okay, that means he has breathing difficulty when lying down. So, and even he says that I'm not able to breathe. Okay, I have the breathing problem. So, all these assumptions and starting maybe the cyanosis, if it only says the severe condition, such a evidence help us to, okay, that evidence will be leading to nursing diagnosis. It is potentially amenable to nursing therapy. Yes, whenever we prepare a nursing diagnosis, it should be within the practical license, okay, practice license what a nurse has, what a nurse is possessing. Last is, it is the base for planning and carrying out nursing care. Yes, based upon nursing diagnosis, if we are planning the care, we can avoid unnecessary wastage of time, and even it is helping us to organize all our activities, and even it is helping the nurse among the nurses in handing over. So it provides or it acts as a planning and even for implementing our nursing care. So it is very clear and concise, the detail about the health problem, and it is deriving from the evidence about the patient, and it should be within the, okay, it is available only nursing therapy, okay, so whatever is we are practiced to do should be within that. Now it is the base for planning and carrying out the nursing care. If you look into the history of nursing diagnosis, after the World War II, okay, the world has seen, or in America we could see that the nurses who are returning from the military service, they are highly skilled in taking care of patients along with physician. So what happened? The previous system and the status has changed. Now they know many things. They're not like a maid like previously. So what happened? This forced the nurses to redefine their unique status and values. Okay, in 1953, Virginia Fry and R. Lewis McManus, they introduced the discipline, okay, the term nursing diagnosis, and they describe it is necessary to develop care plan. Okay, in 1972, clear? So in New York, one Nurse Practice Act has come. So they identified the diagnosis as a part of legal domain for professional nursing. Now in 1973, so nursing diagnosis is formally begun to utilize by two faculty members of St. Louis University, who is Christina Gebbie and Mary Ann Lavin. And even with their leadership, they have organized a program, clear, regarding the nursing process. And they says that, clear, the national conference and to identify nursing diagnosis. And even in 1973, in same year, even ANA, American Nursing Association, okay, ANA, they put up the standards in that diagnosis has incorporated, okay, as a component of nursing process. In 1980, ANA defined nursing as the diagnosis and treatment of human response to actual and potential health problems. Okay, what is actual and health problems? Okay, so they have given the nursing as the diagnosis and treatment. So here also in the definition, the diagnosis has given more important. Okay, as we continuing, there was international recognition regarding the conference, and in Canada they have conducted the first Canadian conference in Toronto regarding International Nursing Conference about the nursing diagnosis. Okay, in 1982, okay, so the group has formed as NANDA, North American Nursing Diagnosis Association. In 1990, the 9th conference of NANDA, they have formed the definitions which we have learned above. In 2002, NANDA changed its name to It was formed as a North American Nursing Diagnosis Association, but now it is a Nanda International. So the worldwide, still there are certain agencies who are not accepted it, but still worldwide we can see that there is a acceptance to Nanda by 2002. Then 2018, Nanda has approved its 244 diagnosis, okay, which is grouped under 13 domain and 47 classes. So this is how the development of nursing diagnosis, history of nursing diagnosis. Let us see what is the purpose of nursing diagnosis. Nursing diagnosis helps to identify nursing priorities, okay, which help us to direct our intervention based upon these priorities. Second, it helps in formulation of expected outcome. Okay, for a patient who is 8-year-old, what is the expected outcome for a particular disease condition? It may be entirely different from the person who is having 80-year-old. So expected outcome from person to person, it will be changing. And again, it is helping for the quality assurance for the person who is paying. And the third is identify how an individual, group, or community is responding to actual or potential problems or even to their life process, a certain life process. Next is it identify the factors which contribute to the health problems. That means etiology, the reason for the health problem. It is identifying the resources or strength of an individual community, what the person has, what the person do not have. Clear? So to prevent or resolve the problem. Provides a common language. Yes, now even if I am telling that impaired breathing pattern, you three will understand the same way. There is pattern difference. If I understand there is inefficient airway clearance, you can understand the patient is having problem due to excessive secretion or airway got obstructed. So it provides a common language, okay, similar understanding. Provides a base for evaluation to determine if nursing care was beneficial to the client or cost effective. So every day we must go and assess the patient's condition. So from that we can identify whether the patient condition improves, whether the nursing diagnosis, whether we formed is correct, whether we need to remodify it or whether we remodify the plan. For nursing students, nursing diagnosis are effective teaching tool and it helps to sharpen their problem solving and critical thinking skills. Yes, actually it is one of the easiest method for the problem solving. And it identifies how an individual or a community respond to the life process, already I told. Okay. And again, it is helping how we can direct individual, group and community to prevent the problems. To prevent the problems. Okay, 2 points are repeated. Just remove it off. Okay. Okay. So these are the purposes of nursing diagnosis. Helps to identify nursing priorities and formulation of expected outcome. Identify the actual and the potential problems and the life process. And what is identify the etiology, helps in the strength of the individual to prevent and resolve the problems, provide a common language and forms for the basis for communication and understanding between nursing professionals, and base for evaluating and determining the care beneficent or it is whether we need to be improved. So it is good for the nursing students for the teaching too. Okay, last 3 points are repetition. Just omit it. Okay. Thank you. Okay, now let us see what are the different types of nursing diagnosis. There are 5 types of nursing diagnosis: actual, risk, possible, syndromal, and health promotion or wellness. Okay, what is an actual nursing diagnosis? Actual nursing diagnosis says regarding the client's problem or even the response of the client and community or even the life process at the time of nursing assessment. So mainly we see based upon the signs and symptoms or the condition that is present, we form a statement, nursing diagnosis, that is called as actual nursing diagnosis. Example, ineffective breathing pattern, anxiety. These comes as an actual nursing diagnosis. Okay, so next is the risk nursing diagnosis. Risk diagnosis. Here, problem is not present. There is a cut in the hand. So if it is not taking care, tomorrow it cause infection. Clear? So today there is no infection. If you are not taking care today, tomorrow infection can occur. So such a problem is known as risk problems. Example, risk for infection. Third is a possible nursing diagnosis. Clear? Or even possible nursing diagnosis in which evidence about the health problem is incomplete or unclear. Okay, so evidence about the health problem is not complete, so we cannot form a clear, but we can form when elderly widow got admitted in the hospital and found she is uh, trying to get more attention from nurses. So we can feel like she might have suffered from social isolation. Okay, I had an experience where in the morning in the maternity ward, we found a mother with a baby. Okay, suddenly she came and early morning we could identify her. And we could see that all over the baby's body there was some black color. So it showed that she got delivered somewhere in dirty place. Okay, and this black like it is like a okay, throughout the body of the baby was present. Okay, so somewhere she got delivered in an open space and she just covered with whatever clothes she had and brought to the maternity ward. So we had a thorough bath for the baby, and after that we have shifted the baby to the mother's side. So here we are not sure, but the features shows that the delivery was somewhere outside in a dirty place. So here this child and the mother, both, there is a chance of getting infected. So this is a possible nursing diagnosis. Okay, next is the here nursing diagnosis, risk for infection. Okay, so we can have, okay, then possible social isolation, like we can write it. Next is the syndromal diagnosis, a cluster of syndromes, that means disease syndrome, trauma syndrome, rape trauma syndrome. Okay, so this, the word itself, it is very clear. Okay, so under that many problems may come under. So here it is a cluster of diagnosis. Okay, so all these we require to have certain measures. So that kind of diagnosis is known as syndrome diagnosis. Next is the wellness diagnosis. What is health promotion nursing diagnosis? Okay, here it is not a problem, but the family or even the persons want to have improvement in the health status. So the well-being must be increased. So readiness for enhanced self-esteem or even readiness for enhanced spiritual well-being Readiness for enhanced family coping. Family coping is present but not need to be improved. Okay, so these are the type of health promotion nursing diagnosis. So we have seen 5 type of nursing diagnosis: actual nursing diagnosis, risk nursing diagnosis, possible nursing diagnosis, and syndrome nursing diagnosis, and even the health promotion nursing diagnosis or wellness nursing diagnosis. Health promotion is previously were known as wellness nursing diagnosis. Okay, now let us think about the diagnostic process, how we are going to prepare the nursing diagnosis. So, during the nursing diagnosis, the nurse thinks the critical thinking and she practices cognitive leveling and reviews the data, and she consider all the data in front of her and do the analysis. What is analysis? Analysis is the separation into components, breakdown into various parts and think it. That is called as analysis. Then what is synthesis? Putting together the two parts together. Now yesterday she had delivery. Today she is not having BP. Yesterday night she has not taken food. So these three are 3 bits of information. So what happened? One of my patient, after normal delivery, since the baby was a female baby, the family has not given any food for her. The next day when we went to take BP, we understood that she has no BP. Okay. So suddenly we inquired about it. Usually it will not happen. So what happened? Since the family has not given the food, she is at the verge of shock. Suddenly we diagnosed, we could recognize during a routine BP checkup, and shifted and started with IV fluid and corrected the family members' wrong concept. Otherwise, we could lose that mother. Clear? So analyze, synthesize. So we get an idea regarding what is happening in that particular patient. What is their family background? Okay, what do they need more support? Do they need more reformation? Okay, now this is this health education. So actually, so all these are the process which is going on through analysis, breaking down and thinking, and even synthesis, bring together certain thoughts and see the meaning of it. So we can see that we should undergo through the 3 steps. One is analyzing the data. Second one is identifying the health problems and the risk, even the strength. And third one is formulating the nursing diagnosis. So first is analyzing the data. Okay, in this analyzing the data, this is the first step. And this first step has even other 3 steps. Okay, this first step of analysis, which has got even divided into further 3 steps. Okay, what are they? First one, compare the data against the standards. Okay, so now my blood sugar is checked in the morning. Imagine that my sugar has checked and it is somewhere around 200 in the morning. It is 200 and every day it will be like that. So when it become abnormal, when it is comparing to the standard value, it is abnormal. Clear? So here we can see that the standard norm which is accepted, okay, so it will act as a rule or a model. So normal vital signs, normal growth and development of pattern, laboratory value, compare with these and identify the problem. Next is cluster cues. Okay, what is the cues? Grouping cues is the process of determining the relatedness of fact. I told you BP is not there. It may be due to lack of food intake. Clear? So how this food intake and the lack of BP is connected? Reduced fluid intake and the BP is connected. So these cues must be interconnected. And whether the data present is isolated incident, clear, or whether it is a significant. So this data clustering and even identifying the cues to make inference clear, it will help us to have a better judgment. So it is the process of determining the relatedness of fact to identify whether the data what we collected is significant or not. Okay. Okay, through that actually we will be able to, last one, when we get the data and set with standard, assess with standards and identify whether it is significant, and third one is identify the gap and inconsistencies. Okay, so now what is the error in between? Okay, so I had 200 and when I checked in other sector it is only 100, so it may be an error. Clear? So sometimes morning I had a food, so it is not a FBS if I had a food. So sometimes measurement error can occur, sometimes unexpected events can occur. So this third aspect will be checking, so that is there any chance of error in this particular data, anything to be omitted. Clear? So inconsistencies and the conflicting data must be identified. So that is the third step. Now, so these are the three steps which is coming under analyzing the data. In the analysis, we do comparing the data against the standards and we identify clusters, okay, cues, okay, that means the interrelatedness of the fact, and we identify the gap and inconsistencies. Okay, so now we had a thorough checking regarding the data which we have. So from that, we identified the health problem and the risk and the strength. Clear? So the nurse and the client together, they identify what is the strength and the problem. Now, when we went and spoke to the antenatal mother's family, they told that they are not given the food. She has not taken the she has not received the food. Then we asked why. Then they told this is a second female. They wanted a male baby. Clear? So here again we are telling if you are not giving the food to her, she will die now. Then who will take care of this particular baby? So along with family, we should identify what is the problem. Now if we are telling the mother to eat food, from where she takes food? Okay, there is no chance. So what we can do, we started with IV fluids, okay, so that to support her life. And by the time the parents and other members of the family came, okay, and the seniors, actually our ward in charges went and given them a good health education, so that they brought her and they started to take care of them. Clear? So the gap is filled. Okay, so identify the problems, the risk and the strength. Clear? So in that, first one is, in that identifying the health problems, we should determine the problems. Okay, so what is the real problem? Whether the problem is existing today. Now she can speak, but she may lose her even the vocabulary at any time. Clear? So it may be a potential problem. Okay, so it may be a present problem. We can see the patient as unconscious, or we can see the patient will become unconscious now. Okay, altered nutrition less than body requirement. We can write it. Okay, impaired nutrition or fluid volume deficit. Fluid volume, deficient fluid volume. Okay, so change the pattern. Okay, so fluid volume is deficient and there is disturbed sleep pattern. Okay, sleep pattern is disturbed. Okay, so disturbed sleep pattern can cause tomorrow there can be the memory loss or confusions. Actual problem is there, and that will be leading to the potential problems. Determining the strength. Yes, she has a family. This baby, the mother which I told, she has a family to look after. Yes, that is a strength. Only they do not have the attitude. So that we just provide them the health education so that they will be able to take care. If she does not have a family, that is her weakness, the again problem. So she has a family solely, and so identify what are the family, okay, what the age, sometimes the health of the baby, clear education, the recreation, exercise, friends, religious belief. I remember the patient who had undergone 11 times abortion. Still, she was so happy, and from the OT doctor was telling that first time I am seeing a mother after 5 abortion, such a happy mother, that is only due to her trust in the God. Yes, certain times religious belief and sense of humor. Okay, all these things will act as a support for the patient or even the strength of the patient. So we have identified in the second stage what is the problem and is what is the uh, strength of a person. Okay, third step of the nursing diagnosis process is the formulating nursing statement. Okay, we can see that there are three type of diagnostic statement: two-part statement and three-part statement and one-part statement. Okay, commonly we use two-part statement. Okay, two-part means the first one is the problem. Okay, that is Nanda statement. Okay, so now we have the Nanda revised 2018-20 version we have. Okay, I will send you along with the note. Okay, so uh, that term will be utilized along with etiology. Okay, related to. Okay, so what may be? Okay, inefficient, ineffective breathing pattern. Clear? So ineffective peripheral tissue perfusion. Okay, these are the first word related to what? Okay, so activity intolerance. Secondary to excessive weakness or confinement to bed. So this is the reason we are telling. The three-part statement means here the problem, etiology along with signs and symptoms. Okay, so as evidenced by, as manifested by, okay, we can use in different term. Okay, so when we write in that term, okay, fluid with defining character. Okay, so that is the fluid volume deficit related to decreased oral intake manifested by skin and mucous membrane. Okay, so this is here the defining characters also are coming. Okay, so likewise we can have manifested by, evidenced by. Okay, here in the three part we are adding even the signs and symptoms. Then what is one part? Now, rape syndrome. Okay, so the whole word itself will show what may be the problems which is affected to the person. So from that one word itself, we need not go for a detail of it. We can identify what interventions we need to do. In such a conditions, Nanda has told not to go for even second or third. We can write concise with the one part. So there are one part. Okay, one part is commonly used in the syndromal statement. Okay, so like wellness diagnosis. Okay, so what is that? Spiritual enhancement. Okay, that means he want to improve spiritually, or even the family enhanced family copy. He wanted to have, that's all, nothing else. There is no related, no anything. So such a wellness or even the health promotion diagnosis or a syndrome diagnosis. In such a condition, need not write the second or even the third part. So we can have three pattern or three type of forming writing the nursing statement, either a two part or a three part or as one part. Now let us see what is the component of nursing diagnosis, Nanda's nursing diagnosis. Okay, already we have told you should have a problem statement, the knowledge deficit. Second is the etiology, anxiety related to hospitalization. So related to hospitalization is the anxiety, the etiology, and defining characteristics. Okay, fluid volume deficit related to decreased oral intake, manifested by dry skin and mucous membrane. Okay, that is known as the third component. That is the defining characteristics or the signs and symptoms. Now let us see what is the difference between nursing diagnosis and medical diagnosis. Yes, nursing diagnosis mainly explain regarding the physical, socio-cultural, psychological, spiritual, or the holistic aspect of the person is given more important. In medical diagnosis, the disease process is concentrated. The pathological response is mainly written. Now first, it describes, nursing diagnosis describe the human response to disease process. Okay, it may be one problem or it may be two problem, three problem. Okay, so it may be changing. But usually the medical diagnosis is regarding the pathology and disease, and usually it may be within 3 words. Okay, it may not be sentence. Next is the second one. The nursing diagnosis is oriented to the individual nurse, and she is responsible for diagnosing within her practice of scope, the scope of nursing practice. But the medical diagnosis is oriented to the pathology, and the physician is responsible diagnosing, and it is within his license of practice, not within the nursing licensing practice. Okay, nursing orders are mainly given by the nurses and for the prevention and treatment. Physician orders his interventions to prevent and treat. Fourth is, nurses' focus is to treat and prevent. Medical focus actually to implement medical orders for the treatment and monitoring the condition. Again, nursing actions are independent, but the medical actions are dependent. Nurse can practice her by herself, but in the medical, they wanted to have support from others. The nursing diagnosis can change frequently, but usually the medical diagnosis remains same as till the disease is completed, and the classification system is developed, and it is may not be okay. It is now it is worldly, it is accepted, but every agency may not be following Nanda. But but medically they have well-defined classification system with the complete acceptance. Now, when we look into the examples, activity intolerance related to decreased cardiac output may be the nursing diagnosis. But what is the medical diagnosis for that? Myocardial infarctions. So we can see these are some of the difference between the medical and the nursing diagnosis. Now one regarding the Nanda. Nanda has formed to define and redefine, okay, and to promote the taxonomy of nursing diagnostic terminology. The members in Nanda are staff nurses, clinical specialists, faculty, directors of nursing, deans, theorists, and the researchers. They comes under the Nanda's group. Okay, Nanda has 13 domains. Health promotion, okay, under that health awareness, health management. These are the 2 classes. So, and arranged first domain, under the domain classes. Under the classes listed the nursing diagnosis. So, likewise 245 nursing diagnoses are listed down under the 47 classes, and these 47 classes are coming under these 13 domains. health promotion, nutrition, elimination, activity bar rest, perception bar cognition, self-perception, role relationship, sexuality, coping and stress, life principles and values, safety protection, comfort and growth and development. These are the domains of nursing diagnosis. Now let us see the advantages. It facilitates communication among the nurses. It is already covered, I told you. And it is helpful in discharge planning. Okay, whether we can see whether the patient has achieved the goal, whether we have reached the outcome, then patient is ready for discharge. To help priorities in the client need. Yes, every day the condition may change and we may have to reprioritize. It is helpful for the based upon the condition we can have the nursing diagnosis and we can prioritize the care. So it is helpful in meaningful interaction among the professionals. If it is written down everything, when the new person comes, okay, to take care of the person, she can read and she can identify what is the condition without skipping any care. And it is good for recording progress note and even writing referrals and even while transmitting the client from one unit to another unit, maybe one institution to the another institution, or even from the hospital to the community. And it is also helpful uh, for learning purpose and even for the referrals. It acts as a standard for quality assurance. So these are the advantages of nursing diagnosis. So we are here completing the nursing diagnosis class. If there is any doubt, you can ask. Some words, okay, might have come from the previous Nanda's diagnosis by mistake during my, I think it has come in my explanation. Okay, I will give you the note if to 1820, and now there is time to change this again. So study it. If there is any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, thank you.